Mazes are one fun way to get your students excited about doing math. So instead of a typical worksheet, you can create a maze. So if you've never made one before, the first thing you want to do is put a background. So I'm on a Google Drawing. So I'm going to right click and do a background. So I could do a solid background or I could do a gradient. And these look really cool. So I'm going to pick one of these. If I wanted to do multiple colors, I could pick custom. And I could pick, like, let's say purple. So I'm gonna add another color, maybe blue. Okay, so once I have my colors, what I'm gonna do is go up and I'm gonna pick a shape. So for math, it's normally equations or pictures, so typically use a rectangle. You could use a rounded rectangle. It's up to you. So you pick your shape, you make it as big as you want. Okay, so before I make a copy of this shape, I'm gonna change the color. So I want my shape to be a dark purple. You might want yours to be a different color, so then I'm going to copy. I'm going to Control C, Control V, paste it. So now I have a shape that's the exact same size. So if you notice, the red line is making sure they're level. So I go through and make them level. Okay, so now that I have one row, if I drag across, I can copy this whole row. So Control C, Control V. So now I copy the whole row. If you notice, the red is lining it up. Okay, so I could do that again, Control V. So now that I have it set up, okay, so now I need to connect them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to shapes, and you can pick, do you want arrows? Do you want rectangles? The easiest way I found so far is just to do a rectangle. So then I just drag it across. And then now when I click off, you can see the rectangle on top of the squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to put order, send to back. And then I'm going to use this on each of them. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, so that it copies, and then right click, order, send to back. And then one more time. So right click, order, send to back. Okay, and I'll go through and I would change this color. Oh, and you see on this one, it shows a little bit, so I could slide it. Now you can't see it. So go through, change all the colors. Okay, now I like for my all my shapes to be the same width. So I'm going to Control V one more time. I'm going to rotate it by clicking up here. So I'm going to rotate it to 90 degrees. Shrink it down. You could just make another one. There we go. So then I'm going to align it, shrink it down. So I'm going to send it to the back by right clicking. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to copy, Control C, Control V, and then right click, send to back. And then one more time, right click, send to back. Okay, so from here, you want to have them going some directions. So again, I like them to all be the same width. So I'm going to do Control V again. This I'm going to rotate it. So this I'm going to make my diagonals. So I'm going to rotate it and then size it down so that it fits. All right, now it looks a little funny, but if I do right click, order, send to back, see, now it looks good. So I'm going to copy that here. Right click, order, send to back 2 more times. So I'm going to rotate it, and you can pick how you want yours to be laid out. So this is going to be a simple one, not a lot of questions. So once I have it all set up, the next thing I need to do is add equations. So if you don't know how to add equations in yours, I highly recommend that you go and add the Equatio app. And there is a video on how to do that. It is wonderful. It lets me type equations in right here. They look nice and neat.